It is 6:37. Our morning trend is, well, it's what the In the Papers segment could look like if climate change worsened. This is from a new exhibit. I have some examples here on the table. A new exhibit that the Columbia Journalism Review has put together. It's called Flooding the News. It's set up at the Foley Gallery on the Lower East Side. So this is a New York Times with water damage. What it's meant to show here is that the city could be affected by rising sea levels. They've also got the suggestion here that there was a higher temperature that was scarring the newspaper.
Well, yeah, because they say when they look at this area, that sea levels, they take into account for the New York Times a 4-foot rise in sea levels by 2100.
So the way they interpreted the Wall Street Journal is there's almost no visible damage on this.
I mean, there's a little bit of...
Oh, right at the bottom, it's weathered a bit.
Yeah, I mean, only showing some signs of rising temperatures. It's an interesting take. The point with what they did with the Journal is they're trying to show what it would look like if we get 100 straight days of the heat index above 90 degrees, which they say could happen by that year 2100.
Here's the Las Vegas Sun, which has all of this damage to the bottom of the page.
I mean, this is greenhouse gas emissions rising. I mean, the serious drought in Las Vegas. I mean, they're taking some of the issues that we face now and just ratcheting up the pressure.
Yeah, by the way, they haven't, these are actual papers. They haven't tried to change the headlines to represent this. They just wanted to visually show what might happen to everyday life in the future.
They're presuming that in the future, in 2100, people are not accessing their news online.
We spoke to the editor-in-chief of the Columbia Journalism Review about how they came up with these designs.
We turned to scientists at Columbia University and said, okay, we have this city, tell us what the main climate impact is. Is it flood? Is it drought? Is it bleaching of coral? Is it cold? And they actually put a significant amount of work in trying to figure out sort of what does the data tell us about what the climate effects on these cities is going to be, and then we translated that into art.
And they have got 40 of these front pages in the exhibit. It's called Flooding the News. It runs through tomorrow at the Foley Gallery.
From the fragile papers of the future to today's papers, I'm back with the headlines up next.